Alright, all the cockpit parts off the sprue. So open that up. So this is the details that have to replace the kit details. As you can see, there's no comparison. There's nothing that you could get better than that. So obviously now all this has to be removed, so I'll be using my trusty cheap Dremel to remove the raised detail, and then I'll sandpaper something, smooth it off, paint it. So the cockpit in this thing is aircraft grey. I always use Guns or Mr. Hobby for that, and it's H57, or if you use the lacquer version it's C73. So paint it and then apply the 3D decals. You can use white glue or CA glue, and depending where they need to sit is to what I normally use. The ejection seat, you've got this set comes with cushions for it. So the kit part cushion you won't require, because there's one in here from going from their call out. So not a lot in instruction wise, but enough to show you what's going on, except for this one. I can't work out where that part is. It's not it says A00, there's no such part, so I'm not sure what they're on about there, and it's not in the step, so it might come along later on. Maybe it's the combing later on, I haven't looked. Even the joystick's got a decal go on the face of it, so I need to remove detail on there. But pretty much they're just, so that blue numbers are your Quinta decals, and they'll tell you the black numbers there, that's your kit part number. And they're just showing you the angle, so that's your right side of the cockpit tub, left side of the cockpit tub, and you got your seat, and the seat had all the harnesses. So pretty straightforward. So yeah, I'm gonna remove all this. It's gonna take a while because there's a lot of, especially on the seat, you got to take off the molded harnesses they've got in there, and that cushion, that's all got to come off. So really just the face there, so I guess it's not that bad. Be a bit awkward getting around the bottom. You might need a chisel or a, where's my squared off blade, like that, come in there, and where I can't get with the Dremel, but I shall get there. Yeah, and then I'll paint her up and then put it on, and we'll have a look, see how she looks. I've also glued the halves, so you got two halves for the weapon. GBU10, I think that one is. I've gone back, I had to clean up the bottom seam of the part that holds a weapon, because, hang on, which might be, I don't know which way is which, it doesn't matter at the moment, but I realised because the weapon is hanging out of the model, you may be able to see the top of that part, so I thought I better clean that seam joint up just in case. So that took me back time-wise doing that weapons bay. So yeah, so I'm going to hook in and get this done. Alright, just paint it up, and I've got these Quinta decals in. These decals, you need to just give them a quick soak in some warm water, like you would do a normal decal, because they stick really good to the backing paper. You can't just peel them off. I mean, like I said, you can't beat that look. The only downside is things like throttle levers are still pretty thin, and because it's printed like this, you can see the white in between the printed sides. So to try and touch that in with black, and these side panels, you can see the white again from the backing of them on top there, so I have to try and paint that in. So they do have like a tack, a stickiness to them, but I still use CA glue. I use CA glue on everything to make sure they bite down, because some of the curved areas, the tack might hold it down, but it may lift later. I'm not sure. I don't know how, especially when it's been sitting around a long time. So I just use the CA glue as well. CA glue, you can see it's all good. It's not damaging them or anything. And the instrument panel, it all looks good. There was a couple of little ones I didn't bother using, that where they say to put them didn't make sense to me. It was like putting it over a raised spot on another one, and it didn't seem to make sense. And they're only tiny anyway, so I'll give the raised details of that tub a wash. Still not keen on putting a enamel wash on top of that. You could probably maybe a bit of oil paint and just dab the oil paint on and blend it to weather it. I'm not sure about going too hard on these things. I don't know how they'd handle it, but yeah, it looks great. So that is all done. Yeah, the Quinta are probably, I think there's several brands doing it now, but these are probably one of your more expensive ones. And I think I mentioned I bought these because they were, when I got them, they had a good, I think, I can't remember now if they were half price or something, but they had a really good sale that made these cheaper than the other set. I think it was Red Fox Studio or Calic. And for the price I got these, you got the seat ones. The other one didn't have the seat ones. So then you would have had to be, oh, well, now I need to buy a harness. So I got it all in one. So now I can put that in, and then I can start. I'm probably ready to, there's a couple of little spare ones there. Put the tub into the actual fuselage, I think. I know you can't see what I'm looking at here, but I still need to make up the cameras and that go inside the fuselage. Yeah, that just can just plug in shortly, so I'll give it a wash in the back there and highlight the raised details on the tub. So I've been thinking how I can weather the instrumentation panels, and then I've come back to this. So weathering pencils, yes, you can use other pencils. I know this is just AK's brand, and I have no problem with their products because they make their modelers, the guys behind it, and they're making a product that actually works for models. So I just buy their gear, not always, but some of their gear, you know. So I get just a bit of water, and these break down nice and easy in the water. And yes, it's just a beer cap. You use them. I use them for my super glue as well. I use them and throw them away. So you can see I've already put some in there. It's You can make it as thick with the pigment or light as you like with the water, and you just come in. I'm just coming in and just getting it in there. I'm letting it dry. You can already see over here it's dried up, and it just makes it look dirtier. It looked too, the way I want to paint the aircraft, this needs to look a little bit older, a bit more worn, so to speak. You can get in the seat. And it's because it's a water pencil or water colour, you can, if you're not happy with it, just come in with straight water and clean it back off. Anyway, you get the drift. Yeah, I was just thinking I need to do something with it, and that came to thought, so I did that. I've started painting up, or have painted that's the camera for the belly side. So it's, lens should be able to come off now. What I did, it's only tiny, you're not going to see it because it's facing down, but I used, let me grab it, glass, and I put it on the inside. There's a clear part inside there that inserts, and I put the armoured glass colour on the inside of that part. It's got like a bluey greeny tint to it. Right, let me zoom out so I can bring this big lump over. Right, I've glued in the weapons bay, that camera's window, and the navigation lights. So the clear part inserts, I've glued them in, and I've painted them on the inside so that when you, let me flip him over, you can see the navigation lights. And that's the weapons bay installed. I haven't, the other bit's got to go on with the actual pylon. It's not on there yet because it'll be in the way hanging out. Oh, let me move that. Big lump, it's awkward to handle. So I'm going to glue this together, the camera, and glue that in. And then that's just about it for the bottom part, I think, of the fuselage, what's got to go in it. I'll let this dry off and see where it's at, how it looks.